क्रिकेट प्रेमी ट्यूसडे आफ्टरनून स्ट्रीम का नाम है कॉफी एंड क्रिकेट विद जेबी। स्वागत है आपका एक बार फिर से। मैं तब तक कॉफी पीता हूँ, आप लोग अपने कमेंट्स डालिए, हाय हेलो बोलिए। हम्म, अब इससे पहले कि कोई पूछे कि यार दोपहर के 2:52 पे आप कॉफी क्यों पी रही हो, भाई लोग इतना काम था आज कि मैं अभी फ्री हूँ, मैं लंच भी नहीं कर पाया। अभी मैंने एक कप कॉफी पिया, 2 पीस बटर टोस्ट खाया। इट्स बिन अ बिजी डे, बट क्योंकि वादा है मेरा आपसे कि मैं मंडे टू फ्राइडे हर दिन एक ना एक लाइव स्ट्रीम पेश करूंगा। तो यस, आई एम बैक हियर। लेट मी नो हाउ यू ऑल आर डूइंग। आपको शो कैसे लगता है, आपको चैनल कैसा लगता है, बताइए। कमेंट्स तो आपके आते हैं, मेरे ख्याल से आप में से काफी लोग ने देखा होगा आज का द वीडियो आई पुट आउट। थोड़ा लंबा हो गया क्योंकि मैं अभी काफी, क्या कहूं, मैं भावनाओं में खो गया कुछ प्लेयर्स को लेके। टॉकिंग अबाउट यशस्वी जायसवाल, टॉकिंग अबाउट रोहित शर्मा, टॉकिंग अबाउट विराट कोहली, मोहम्मद सिराज, जयदेव उनदकत, मुकेश कुमार, शुभमन गिल, रहाणे, बहुत बहुत प्लेयर्स को लेके। एंड इफ यू हैव नॉट सीन दैट थिंग, व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू डू इज आई एम गोइंग टू पेस्ट दैट लिंक फॉर यू राइट हियर, राइट इन दिस स्ट्रीम। कहीं जाइएगा मत आप लोग। ये रहा, ये रहा, ये रहा। दैट इज द लिंक। हेलो क्रिक मेनिया मेरे दोस्त, कैसे हैं आप? आपका चैनल कैसे चल रहा है? बढ़िया। चलिए, ये मैंने हटा दिया, चैनल बंद कर दिया। लेट्स गेट बैक टू द क्वेश्चंस। ये जो मैंने लिंक अभी पेश किया है दोस्तों, दिस इज द रिव्यू of the test match and the test series. I talked about the positives, I talked about the negatives. Hello Sai Chaitanya, welcome back. It's been a while since we've seen your name. How are you guys doing? बताइए आप लोग। Let's stick to India West Indies. Surprised by the result? Look, rain was always forecast, we knew that. Direct parallels. Hello Shivank. Shivank, how are you? Long time my friend. Good to see you on the stream, brother. Hope you're doing well. And all your new endeavors and projects are very, very successful and keep you going. Good to see you here. क्या बोरिंग सीरीज था, बिल्कुल बहुत ही बोरिंग सीरीज था, इसलिए मैंने ज्यादा एक्शन देखा। इससे अच्छा होता तो रोहित शर्मा और होल्डर के बीच पबजी मैच करवा लेते। बिल्कुल 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 सही कहा आपने। वंडर SS98 रेगुलर व्यूअर है, ये कह रहे हैं या पूछ रहे हैं, will ODI series be more competitive and exciting? Not at all, because West Indies are the worst in ODIs मेरे दोस्त। टेस्ट में फिर भी ठीक ठाक है ये। पिछले साल इन्होंने इंग्लैंड को हराया, इन्होंने बांग्लादेश को हराया। इस साल तो साली उनकी टीम वर्ल्ड कप क्वालिफायर्स तक भी नहीं पहुंच पाई, फाइनल तक। So it's going to be the worst ODI series in a long, long, long time. Hetman can be a threat? No, not in one days. India are so good at one days, and West Indies are so bad. It's going to be a dull. मैं तो देखूंगा भी नहीं शायद ये सीरीज। Root ranting about playing till 10 p.m. What's up with the Brits यार? Why are they ranting so much? भाई आपने बेहतरीन क्रिकेट खेला इस चौथे टेस्ट मैच में, लेकिन जो घटिया क्रिकेट, जो मिस्टेक्स आपने किए थे, जो आपने डिक्लेयर किया था डे वन ऑफ द सीरीज पे, जो आपकी बैटिंग काफी क्या कहूं, काफी ऊपर नीचे रही, और जो आपने 11-12 चांसेस दिए हैं ऑस्ट्रेलिया वाले को पहले दो टेस्ट मैच में, दैट्स व्हाई यू वर 0-2 डाउन एंड नॉट 2-1 अप। सो यू वांट टू रैंट अबाउट द वेदर, यू वांट टू रैंट अबाउट प्लेइंग टिल 10 o'clock। बात यह है कि आप ये ऐसी सीरीज नहीं जीत पाए क्योंकि आपने अच्छी क्रिकेट नहीं खेली, मोटा मोटा। Hello, Manav. How are you? How are we going to survive this ODI series? Well, I'm not going to watch it for one. I'll catch the highlights. I'm not staying up. I like Test cricket. I can stay up till 1 o'clock maybe. I didn't stay up to any day, barring one day until 2:30. कौन जागे यार 2:30 तक इस फुद्दू सीरीज के लिए? But one days तो भाई, one days तो मैं देख नहीं पाऊंगा। Bilateral one days आप सब जानते हैं, it is the worst form of cricket that I have seen in a long, long time. तो मैं सच कहूं, मैं तो ये सीरीज नहीं देखूंगा। हाईलाइट देख लूंगा, एक इनिंग शायद देख लूं रात को, पर मैं उन बेवकूफों में से नहीं हूं जो रात भर जागेगा इंडिया वर्सेस वेस्ट इंडीज के बीच वनडे सीरीज के लिए। नॉट एट ऑल। बताइए, लेट्स रिवाइंड द डिस्कशन बैक टू द टेस्ट मैच। लेट्स टॉक अबाउट सम पॉजिटिव्स। रोहित शर्मा, जायसवाल, विराट कोहली, मोहम्मद सिराज, ईशान किशन। लेट्स टॉक अबाउट सम फ्लॉप्स, शुभमन गिल, जयदेव उनदकत, अजिंक्य रहाणे, द बिगेस्ट लेट डाउन ऑफ द सीरीज। आई वांट टू नो कि आप में से कौन कौन है जो मेरी बातों से सहमत है। सवाल पूछिए, सवाल करिए, कमेंट शेयर करिए, तब तक मैं कॉफी पीता हूं। आई वांट टुडेस चैट टू बी मोर अबाउट यू आस्किंग मी क्वेश्चंस rather than me just sitting here giving my ज्ञान। मैंने ऑलरेडी एक वीडियो लगाया, 10 मिनट का वीडियो है वो। इस सीरीज को मैंने रिव्यू किया, लिंक आपके स्क्रीन पर है, चैट बॉक्स में मैंने वो लिंक डाल दिया। प्लीज आप लोग अगर आपने अब तक नहीं देखा वो वीडियो देख लीजिए। बाकी लेट्स हैव अ क्वेश्चन एंड आंसर सीरीज, a question and answer session rather, on this match. Ask me दोस्तों, ask me anything regarding this series, not about Harmanpreet, not about ICC, not about anything else, PCB, Asia Cup, वो नहीं। सिर्फ और सिर्फ इंडिया वर्सेस वेस्ट इंडीज सीरीज के बारे में। आप मुझसे वनडे के बारे में पूछ सकते हैं जो आने वाले हैं। SS98 ने ऑलरेडी पूछा है, कुछ भी आपको पूछना है सीरीज के बारे में, पूछ लीजिए, पूछ लीजिए। अ पेनफुल सीरीज है दोस्तों, काफी पेनफुल सीरीज रहा ये। शिवांक, वेलकम बैक माय फ्रेंड। यस, द सीरीज वाज बोरिंग, जस्ट a few positives like Jaiswal, Mukesh, and Ishan, but the ODIs are going to be even more sad. Yes, man, because Shivang bhai, one day bilateral one days is anyways on such critical health. वो साली गेम ही आईसीयू में पड़ी है। और फिर आप वेस्ट इंडीज, इमेजिन द वेस्ट इंडीज आर इवन गोइंग टू द वर्ल्ड कप दिस ईयर यार। पॉजिटिव लुक, जायसवाल ऑफ कोर्स 21 साल के युवा होनहार बल्लेबाज हैं, ओपनर हैं। ही स्टिक एवरी सिंगल कंसीवेबल बॉक्स टू गेट to this place. I think he fully deserves it. This test team is in transition. They needed new blood. They needed new faces. Very, very happy that Jaiswal was given a chance. That 171 he got on test debut, Shivank, to bat for 384 deliveries. तकरीबन 500 मिनट तक वो क्रीज पे खड़े रहे। बैटेड व्हाट और थ्री एंड हाफ सेशंस। आउटस्टैंडिंग इनिंग। सबसे बड़ी बात ये है मेरे लिए उनकी डेब्यू इनिंग से कि इन दिस एरा ऑफ स्लैम बैंग क्रिकेट, कमिंग ऑफ एन आउटस्टैंडिंग आईपीएल एंड अ गुड लिस्ट ए सीजन, ही showed the necessities of being able to bat for a long time in test cricket. And then in the second match, he got a 50 and a 38 at a much, much faster pace. So in two test matches, in 3 innings of Jaiswal, you saw what he can do as a dogged old school test opener and also how fast he can score. For me, the biggest positive, Ishan Kishan, yes, because like KS Bharat got 5 test matches. I think that's a good enough run in this time. Seeing as whether it's KS Bharat, whether it's Ishan Kishan, जो भी हमारे टेस्ट कीपर हैं, वो सिर्फ रिप्लेसमेंट कीपर है जब तक ऋषभ पंत वापस नहीं आएंगे। तो उस लिहाज से KS Bharat got 5 test matches. He showed that his batting is not up to the mark. He showed that his keeping is good, but not the best. Just like you gave KS Bharat 5 test matches, I want to see Ishan Kishan get 4 test matches. यानी कि 2 इनको मिल गए वेस्ट इंडीज में। दिसंबर में अगली बार जब टेस्ट मैच खेलेगी इंडियन टीम, I would rather see Ishan Kishan get 2 more matches there. He kept pretty well. It was not bad. It was decent. His batting, he showed with that 33 ball half century what he can do. I'm all for him. Mukesh, look, I'm glad that Mukesh Kumar got this far, but you're bowling at 130, 135. You're not going to play too many test matches. You need to crank up that pace. That's my take. Good question, Shivank Kapoor. Monroe, I will rather watch the 100 than the ODI T20 series. Yep, I agree. I never watched the 100 yet, but I might be one of those people who will watch the 100. Crickmania, after explosive debut from Jaiswal, do you think he should have been tried in ODIs? Yes, I'll tell you why I say yes. It's because we know कि ये लड़का फ्यूचर है और ये वनडे में बहुत साल तक ओपनिंग करेगा, लेकिन नहीं इसीलिए क्योंकि अभी जितने भी वनडे मैचेस बाकी हैं इंडिया के पास, यानी कि 3 वेस्ट इंडीज में और फिर एशिया कप और फिर 3 ऑस्ट्रेलिया के खिलाफ, all these one days should only be given to the players who have been playing for India for the last 10 months, keeping in mind the World Cup. Jaiswal is not going to go to the World Cup. It's very obvious. No player who's not going to the World Cup should play any ODIs from now until the World Cup. That's why I think Jaiswal should not have been picked, and he was not picked. Manav, I know this question I don't know, but where's Karun Nair? Like, how does I mean, very off track topic. I've been asked this question before. I've given my views. Very, very simple. He got that 300. No one saw it coming. After that, he was given, I think, 4 test matches. He didn't do anything. He was dropped. It's actually not as big a deal as many people make it out to be. He got enough chances post that. Look, he was playing because Rahane was not around. Rahane was the vice captain. Rahane was a very successful batsman at the time when Karun Nair got his runs. Rahane came back. He had to make way. I think he got 4 or 5 innings, didn't do much, and he was dropped. You can question the timing of Karun Nair being dropped because Hanuma Vihari was the man I think who replaced him. I know that that decision did not go down well with many people, especially Mr. Sunil Gavaskar. I'm frankly I'm okay with it. Yes, it's harsh. I think Karun Nair should have gotten more chances, but in that time to break into it, there have been many, many more talented batsmen in the last 25 years who've not gotten a chance. Karun Nair I think he got a decent run. He can say, I got a 300. Unfair, unfortunate. Let the public decide that. India 11 versus West Indies. आप कह रहे हो? One day. Gill, Rohit, Virat, Samson, Sky, Hardik, Jadeja, The Lord, Kuldeep, Umran, Mukesh. Mukesh, I don't think should get a chance. Shubman Gill is going to open. Rohit is going to open. Virat will bat 3. और आपने मैसेज हटा दिया. Oops. Okay. Bring the question back and I'll answer it. But yeah, Let me just see what else is going on. Is there any other big news today from India, West Indies? नहीं, अरे एक तो यार वॉश आउट हुई थी यार. हाँ, WTC दोस्तों, WTC फाइनल इंडिया को पूरे पॉइंट्स नहीं मिले. फिलहाल नंबर 2 पे है, बट अभी ये पॉइंट्स रिफ्रेश होंगे एशेज खत्म होने के बाद. वन मोर टेस्ट. India will definitely not be at number 2, but the way Pakistan is playing, भैया, इंडिया के जैसे मैंने कहा जब ये साइकिल शुरू हुआ इंडिया के लिए बहुत मुश्किल होगा अगले 2 साल तक कंसिस्टेंटली टॉप पे रहने के लिए. Yeah, Karun Nair, 303, he got 26, 0, 23, and 5. 3 test matches, all against Australia, all at home. He really should have scored more runs at home, seeing that as that 303 came in India. He played Australia in Bangalore, his home ground. He played Australia in Ranchi, and he played Australia in Dharamshala. He got 26, 0, 23, and 5 in that middle order with that many players and playing as a replacement player. I think Karun Nair should be happy enough. Any more questions, doston? What about Mohammad Siraj? Yeah, Mohammad Siraj, the leader of this pack, outstanding spell to bring India back in that match on that flat track. 5 wicket लेना मेरे हिसाब से बहुत बहुत बड़ी बात है. I think he's 29 if I'm not mistaken. लड़का अगर फिट रहता है तो वो 5 साल तक इंडिया के लिए टेस्ट क्रिकेट खेल पाएगा. I think Ishan will be the keeper in test till Pant is back. I think so. I think so. KS Bharat was a friend of yours in childhood. I know how hard you used to train, but cricket stuff. Look, KS Bharat, I mean, we've seen him train. I still remember more than whatever he did in those 5 test matches when he came the first time, when he came as a substitute for Saha against New Zealand in that one session. He was outstanding. So I think unfair, but I'm not saying he's going away. Nomad Tibet, my friend from New York City, NYC. Shukriya, mere bhai, for your super chat. Really, really, really appreciate your super chat. I did not see this coming. Thank you, my friend. Kashi Tale, Nomad Tibet. I want you to have coffee. Bhai, मैं coffee पी रहा हूँ दोस्त. आपके लिए. Jule. Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. Love you. Is Warner going to? Nomad Tibet, कुछ सवाल है तो प्लीज आप पूछिए. आपको जो पूछना है आज आप पूछ सकते हैं. Love you, भाई. Is Smith Warner going to retire as ex-England keeper? Smith, no. Warner, absolutely. Warner has already said on public record that he hopes to be in the test team for that final test match of the new year at his home ground, the SCG. I just don't think he's going to last until then because of his terrible form. Smith to kahin nahi ja rahe. Supon Roy, when Virat Kohli didn't score his runs, he always tried to score runs in every ball. That's why he got caught in slips and by the keeper. But he scored runs now. That's why he played with more patience now. I get what you're saying. बहुत control से काफी सहमे में वो लगे. He was willing to shun the extravagant shots. I get your point. You are right. Arpit, hello Arpit. Do you think Rohit Sharma's fitness selectors should start grooming a captain on priority? भाई अर्पित भाई आप कहाँ हो? मैं तो तकरीबन 1-1.5 साल से कह रहा हूँ, 2 साल से कह रहा हूँ कि अगला कप्तान कौन है. रवि शास्त्री विराट कोहली की जो जोड़ी थी 5 साल तक जो टीम नंबर 1 थी, one of the kalanks on that leadership era was the failure to groom a next captain. आप नंबर 1 थे, आपने बहुत रन बनाए, आपने बड़े बड़े स्टेटमेंट्स दिया, आपने घर पे सबको हराया, आप बाहर वहां जीते. भाई आपने एक बहुत बहुत बड़ी गलती की, आपसे भूल हुई कि आपने अगला कैप्टन नहीं चुना. क्यों विराट कोहली ने किसी युवा खिलाड़ी को उन 5 सालों में, क्यों रवि शास्त्री ने उन 5 सालों में एक 24, 25, 26 साल के लड़के को बोला भाई 4 साल बाद, 5 साल बाद तेरा नंबर आएगा. उन्होंने नहीं किया. उन्होंने रहाणे को चुना, फिर खुद ही रहाणे को जब वाइस कैप्टन थे उनको ड्रॉप किया. पुजारा हो सकते थे, उनको ड्रॉप कर दिया टेस्ट मैच में. अश्विन को तो चांस दिया नहीं. अश्विन को बहुत मैच में बाहर बिठाया. बचा कौन? नो यंग प्लेयर. फिर जिस व्यक्ति ने केएल राहुल को कैप्टन बनाया उस टाइम में उसको उसकी जॉब से बाहर निकालना चाहिए. केएल राहुल, ये दोबारा कहूंगा इस प्लेटफॉर्म पर, केएस राहुल ने अंडर 14 लेवल के बाद कभी किसी स्टेट टीम, किसी टीम को कैप्टन नहीं किया. और मैं आईपीएल को नहीं गिन रहा हूं क्योंकि आईपीएल इज नॉट cricket. It's a domestic, it's a corporate tournament. I know it's very, very important, but captaincy by KL Rahul for a franchise which always finish last or second last, you do not count that. So where is the next captain? This captaincy issue has been so beaten to death. It's such a hot topic. They don't see it. अभी भी आपके पास मौका था एक युवा खिलाड़ी को बोलने के लिए, भाई तुम हमारे वाइस कैप्टन हो. आपने क्या किया? आपने रहाणे को एक बार फिर से वाइस कैप्टन बनाया. Why is Shubman Gill not being given the vice captaincy? This was the easiest series to make him the vice captain against West Indies. You could have waited for Pant. You could have given to Shreyas Iyer when he was around. It's a blunder on every Indian think tank that's been associated with this team for the last 6, 7 years not to groom a young player. KL Rahul, as your leader, sorry, very, very sorry. Chaliye, they wasted Onadkat. They should have a young player. They didn't waste Onadkat. He wasted his chances. इतने साल खेलकर इतने अनुभवी खेलकर सौराष्ट्र के साथ दो टाइटल जीतकर आपने 28 ओवर में मात्र एक विकेट भी नहीं लिया. They didn't waste him. He wasted himself. India 11. Acha, he's revised his 11. Gill, Rohit, Virat, Samson, Sky, Hardik, Jadeja, Thakur, Kuldeep, Umran, Mukesh. Barring Mukesh, I think it's a good 11. Prasid Krishna, first class average. भाई वो मेरे सबसे favorite bowler है, uncapped. I hope he comes back very, very soon. Tanmay saying thoughts on Gill. Here you go. Thoughts on Gill. I've done a whole segment on Gill, my friend. Tanmay. I think, look, he's not going to be dropped. He's got 12 years ahead of him. He's going to bat in the middle order for a long time. He's going to take over number four whenever Kohli leaves Test cricket. He's going to captain India. Yes, he should have scored runs given how poor the West Indies bowling was and given how the conditions were suited for batting. And if he actually aspires to bat at number three, which I think he will for the next year, year and a half, he's got to question his own shot selection. He's got to question his own patience. Number threes like Dravid, जिन्होंने इतने साल तक बैटिंग करी number three पे, Pujara, they were cut from a different cloth. Shubman Gill cannot be standing there and poking to slip and getting out driving. I believe he can play for a long time at 3 and 4, but Filhal, yes, I wouldn't look too much into his failures here because most other people scored apart from Rahane. I think he's missed a big, big chance to translate his white ball form into test form. But that said, he's not going anywhere. You think it's number five? I think it's number PlayStation number four once Kohli goes. Shupon is saying I don't really impressed by our fast bowler. I understand. After 2001 England tour, our fast bowling failed. Well, also you got injuries. Ishan Sharma retired. Jasprit Bumrah injured. Prasidh Krishna injured. Umesh Yadav bad form dropped. Bache kaun? Sirf Siraj, Shardul or Shami. Or Shami has been rested. Shardul didn't get a wicket, but I think he's got a few more years. Siraj has been very, very impressive. Satej, KL Rahul send his practice. केएल राहुल ने बिल्कुल केएल राहुल श्रेयस अय्यर ऋषभ पंत बुमराह सबके पीआर टीम ने वो अपने अलग अलग वीडियोस बाहर भेजे हैं. उम्मीद करते हैं कि जल्द से जल्द चारों खिलाड़ी वापस आ जाए, बट केएल राहुल फिलहाल काफी दूर है वापसी में. आई बिलीव Wrongmon, Jajabor. I believe anyone among Pant, Iyer, or Bumrah may have a chance of becoming. Bumrah, no. Iyer for sure. Pant with some. I think Pant has been set back by that accident. Right now, let's hope he comes back next year in January to the Ranji Trophy, and then in Feb he comes back for the Test series against England. But right now, let's not associate him as a captain because of what's happened to him. हार्दिक भाई वापस आइए शाबाश शाबाश India should have played 5 ODI and 3 20s. Absolutely. In a 1 day year, yes. But against West Indies, what's the point? Anish, Pujara की जगह पे इंडिया को पुजारा जैसा कोई प्लेयर लाना चाहिए फ्रॉम डोमेस्टिक. कोई है नहीं ऐसा, कोई है नहीं. पुजारा, अगर आप डायरेक्ट पुजारा की रिप्लेसमेंट ढूंढ रहे हो तो उनके मुकाबले में कोई नहीं है. प्रियांक पंचाल scored a lot of runs, but he's an opener. Abhimanyu Ishwar has scored a lot of runs, but he's an opener. There's just no consistent, I think, international class, or test class number three going around, which is why I feel that Shubman Gill will probably do the job for some time. Will Gill find his form back in the series? बिल्कुल, he's been India's number one batsman. He scored a lot of runs last year. इस साल वो इंडिया के सबसे number one day batsman है. He's got 300s, one's a double hundred. So I think definitely he'll score 3 matches. He's going to score at least 200 runs. Crickmania just asking who's a better skilled bowler, Stuart Broad or Siraj? Clearly Broad. I mean, the guy's got 600 test wickets. Siraj has only played about 20 odd test matches. So hats down, Stuart Broad. If he wasn't so skilled, he wouldn't have been playing 600 test matches, my friend. और आप इनसे सिराज से कंपेयर कर रहे हो भाई 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 भाई. Nomad is saying, I have no question, just enjoying your live streaming. I don't always get good timing of election because of time difference. जी हाँ, आप NYC में हैं, आप East Coast में हैं. कहाँ पे रहते हो वैसे आप? Which part of NYC do you live in? Not that I know it very well, but I've been enough times. I might have an idea. Love you, bye. Stick around. Always good to read your comments. आप भी काफी रुचि रखते हैं क्रिकेट में. शुक्रिया. Thoughts on Shubman Gill away record? Not just away record, thoughts on Shubman Gill's overall record. 1890 test matches, average 31. Not good enough, but he's not going to be dropped. He's a future star. He's got 12 years left in him at the least. as a test player. He's going to bat at three for a while. He'll bat at four once Virat Kohli retires, and he's going to lead India. So not just a away record, he has to score more runs at home. घर पे भी कुछ खास नहीं किया उन्होंने अब तक. Navjot Singh is back after a long, long time. Swagat hai, Baji. I'm all fine. How are you? What are your thoughts on failure of Ishan and Shubman? Ishan Kishan did not fail at all, Paji. आप थोड़ा late आए इस stream में. Ishan Kishan kept very well. He got one innings, which was a strange innings. He shouldn't have batted 20 ball for one. Second innings, he's bound to fail. And the way he batted in the second innings when India scored at 7.5, like I said to somebody else, Ishan Kishan is keeping wickets for the conceivable future until Rishabh Pant comes back. He was one of the plus points from India's tour. Gill, look, Shubman Gill, I've just been talking about Shubman Gill for the last 5 minutes. Terrible series for him. Had a lot to gain by batting at number three. Poor shot selection. Cannot aspire to bat at number three with that kind of record. But it's just 3 innings. I have no doubt that he's going to do much, much better in South Africa. And like I've been saying, he's got 12 years left in him. So I'm not too worried about Shubman Gill. And regarding Ishan Kishan, one of the highlights from India's new players. Hope these points which are dropped don't hurt us at the end. I think they will, Nihar. I think they will. Satej, Jagdishan, Sarfaraz, Arman Jafar, Himanshu, Mantri, this domestic goat not getting chance at our test 11. Jagdishan kahin se goat to nahi hai. Sarfaraz Khan has got a damn good average. He's been scoring runs, but he needs to lose a little bit of weight. Also, he's in direct competition at number 5 with Rahane, who's the vice captain. And let's not forget what Shreyas Iyer has been doing batting in the middle order as well. Yes, unfortunate that Sarfaraz Khan, Arman Jafar, nowhere in the same league as Sarfaraz Khan, Himanshu Mantri also nowhere league. तो ये चार कहीं ना कहीं गोट तो नहीं है. अगर आपको domestic goat कहना है, आप सरफराज का नाम ले सकते हो. But the other three are nowhere near India selection. Bowling attack for World Cup India. Oh, कितना कितना पुराना सवाल है. हर बार ये सवाल आता है. I'll tell you again. Bumrah will not make it for the World Cup. You have Mohammad Shami, you have Jasprit, you have Mohammad Siraj, Shardul Thakur, Umran Malik, Hardik Pandya, and one more pace bowler. I've got, sorry, Siraj. इतना बार बोल चुका हूं, मैं खुद ही भूल गया. Siraj, Shami, Shardul, Hardik, Umran, Kuldeep, Jadeja, Akshar. जी भाई ब्रॉड अच्छा बोलर, लेकिन जब भी उसका नाम आता है सबसे पहले युवराज के. यार वो 6 छक्के, दैट वाज हिज फर्स्ट ईयर ऑफ इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट. वो अपना पहला साल उसने कंप्लीट भी नहीं किया था. और वो होता है, वो हर जनरेशन में वो एक ही बार होता है. उसके बाद जो उसने 600 विकेट लिया, कोई भी इंडियन फास्ट बॉलर अपने सपने में भी नहीं सोच सकता है कि स्टुअर्ट ब्रॉड ने क्या किया. हाँ, एक टाइम पे 1-2 साल तक वो 6 छक्के बहुत लोग को याद थे, लेकिन वो 2007 की बात है. उसके बाद जो स्टुअर्ट ब्रॉड ने हासिल किया है, वो हमारे बॉलर्स अपने सपनों में भी नहीं सोच सकते. भाई 600 टेस्ट विकेट, ऑल टाइम लेजेंड स्टुअर्ट ब्रॉड. Abhimanyu these days plays at number 3 for Bengal in Ranji. I have to check. Doesn't Anustup Majumdar bat at 3 for them? I'll have to check it out, Anish. I'll have to check. So, what's your thought on Babar Azam batting? Very, very, very good batsman. Pranav, I think the purpose of the WTC cycle should be to groom players and smoothen the transition. Yep, been saying it for months now. Identify a bowling attack who can serve for long period. Bilkul, bilkul. I'm on the same page. I've done shows on this. Prasidh Krishna to play Test series in South Africa? I think he will. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any red ball cricket left. This is a white ball season. The Ranji Trophy, which is the next red ball tournament, does not start until January. And the tour to South Africa is in December. So, whatever time that Prasidh Krishna has to prove his fitness, it's all in white ball cricket. But I hope that he does go. Indian captains since Dhoni have not focused on future building. Absolutely right. No plans future. Fir example like Seamer. Absolutely. I'm on the same page. Bilkul sahi. When will tickets be available? I know it's been 2 weeks. I'm really, really surprised, man. I don't know. They've not even opened the accreditation for the media. So a lot of us journalists are very, very frustrated. Priyam Garg जैसा player कहाँ खो गया? नहीं खेलता है वो. He's got a good record in for UP. He's there. He's just not. He's not a world class player. JY, I've been away. I was relocating. Well, wish you all the best. Hope it went very, very smooth. How about your plans for traveling and reporting? Look, like I said, right now I'm waiting for the media accreditation to open up, and then I'll apply for India matches. But again, we're all waiting. We're all waiting. So our bowler in India pitch most of the time. If Zahir played in most matches in England, he would get 600 wickets. Skill wise, so Zahir Khan. I mean, look, left armers are a different beast. बट स्टुअर्ट ब्रॉड ने तकरीबन हर देश में विकेट लिया है. तो अगेन आई डोंट लाइक टू कंपेयर दिस काइंड ऑफ प्लेयर्स. Zahir Khan was injured. Zahir Khan again. Zahir Khan played a lot more white ball cricket, I think, than Stuart Broad did. So not playing walks in the wood in the first matches. Bilkul already discussed this on the Ashes show. Lots of cricketers and journalists say Bumrah gets direct chance at World Cup. No, I don't think he gets a direct chance. He's only just started bowling. BCCI said person okay, they're going to start getting some warm up matches at the NCA. Warm up matches in the NCA mean he'll be playing against some club cricketers. It won't be any serious competition. It's just so that he can go through the motions. I don't think he's going to go to Ireland because there's nothing to be gained. Ireland in August is going to be rainy, and playing three T20Is when you're trying to come back for the World Cup doesn't make sense. I think Jasprit Bumrah will probably come back for the Asia Cup. हालांकि ह्यूमिडिटी बहुत होगी श्रीलंका में, बट अगर आप उन्हें वर्ल्ड कप के लिए लाना चाहते हो तो T20 मत खिलाइए, आप सीधा उनको एशिया कप खिलाइए. रेस्ट ऑन रोटेशन उनको 2-3 मैच दीजिए, तब कॉल लीजिए. लेकिन आई जस्ट डोंट थिंक he has enough time to prove his match fitness. It's not for some bilateral series against West Indies. We're talking about a World Cup. और अगर वो 100% fit नहीं है, no point calling him back. So I don't think there's any direct chance. Prabhakar कह रहे 100% agree on broad achievement. Oh, बिल्कुल. GOAT. 600 test wickets. I don't care what people say. GOAT. DRS have made bowlers get more wickets. Go more. Give more wickets. I mean, look, DRS has worked out for many players. Some batsmen, some bowlers, some keepers. बहुत लोग अभी भी उसके खिलाफ में हैं. I'm all for it because it's better than not having anything. So the reason DRS came was because umpiring standards were very poor. Yes, it has problems. Yes, there's some howlers, but I'm all for DRS. क्या वर्ल्ड कप के बाद we should try rotation policy of Gary Kirsten? Uh, don't get the context. Ashutosh. If you can remind me what the Gary context rotation policy was about, I will try to answer your question. You got 12 minutes left on the stream, my friend, before I have to go. A lot of good questions. Let's just keep it to India cricket. X factor for India in the World Cup. Umran, भाई वो एक्स फैक्टर होने के लिए SS98 उसको थोड़ा खिलाना पड़ेगा और अब तक उनको ज्यादा मौके नहीं मिले हैं. आई होप दे ट्राई हिम इन द वेस्ट इंडीज. आई होप दे ट्राई हिम इन द एशिया कप बिकॉज इफ ही इज एक्चुअली गोइंग टू बी एट द वर्ल्ड कप, मेरा मानना है कि वो है इसी एक्स फैक्टर कारण. लेकिन आपको थोड़ा उनको क्रिकेट खिलाना पड़ेगा. आईपीएल इनका बहुत खराब था. ये वेरी बैड आईपीएल. Yes, he's expensive in white ball cricket, but when you're bowling at that pace, you're bound to be. Umran Malik just needs to be managed. If he's managed well in the next 3 months, I think he could get into India's World Cup squad. What do you think about Raj Angad Baba? Very good cricketer. How much potential? He has a lot of potential. He can be a proper all-rounder. Good bowler, very good fielder, hits the ball long. But again, he's barely 20 years old. A lot of better players than him have started off very well at the under 90 level, but they've all faded away. आपको उन्मुख चंद का नाम तो याद होगा. तो let's hope. Is Siraj the key to our World Cup chances? Everyone in India's squad is going to be key to the World Cup chances because it's a World Cup. But given the doubts around Bumrah's fitness for the World Cup, given the doubts about Mohammad Shami's white ball form and his fitness, given the concerns about the lack of pace from Shardul Thakur, given the concerns about Umran Malik being expensive, given the concerns about Arshdeep Singh not even being viewed as a one-day bowler, given the concerns that Jaydev Unatkar is in India's current one-day squad, उस लिहाज से जी हाँ, Siraj ends up being your number one bowler for the World Cup. Yes, Atul, they should not bring Bumrah for the 23 World Cup. They should target him for the 224 T20 World Cup. Bilkul sahi. And WTC 25. Let's hope Bumrah gets one last shot at Test cricket. I'm not so convinced his body, after multiple surgeries and setbacks, can handle Test cricket again. That's just my view. Sir, I like your analysis because you always do constructive criticism. Thank you, Shupon Roy. Thank you. Never harsh. No, I can be harsh. But I try not to be. But and always support the players who play for India. Again, there are times when I do become very harsh on players. But thank you, mere bhai, for your comments. Will Jaiswal get chances in South Africa? Absolutely, he'll be opening. He's not going anywhere. He's opening for the next 12 years. Will Shekhar be back? Who is Shekhar, bhai? Shekhar? अच्छा शिखर धवन नहीं सर शिखर धवन से तो टीम बहुत आगे निकल चुकी है. Is it fair, says Vaskar, to ask Bumrah to come directly to the Asia Cup and then World Cup, especially when it's happening in India subcontinent? Maybe we need more Bumrah in Sena country. I agree. But is it fair? I mean, he obviously wants to play. He's been out for a year. He wants to play the World Cup. India wants the World Cup. But like I've been saying for the last 6 months, do not expect him to come back. If he can tick all the boxes, get the required clearance from the NCA, prove his match fitness in the NCA, prove his match fitness in whatever, be it Ireland series, be it Australia series, be it Asia Cup. If he proves his fitness, and not one match, not two matches, if he bowls in five consecutive white ball matches for India, then he should be considered for the World Cup. If in those five matches, if, and it's a big if, मुझे डाउट है कि वो लगातार 5 मैचेस खेल पाएंगे इतने कम समय में. I would be very, very surprised. But yes, it's not about being fair. If he's fit, by all means. Regarding Sena countries, I agree with you. He should play, but I have a doubt how much Test cricket that man's body can hold. मेहा भारद्वाज जी कह रहे हैं हेलो सर बिग फैन शुक्रिया मैडम जी आप कैसे हैं आप तो ऑफिस में बैठी होंगी. You all know who Meha Bhardwaj is. Good to see her on the show. Crickmania, Kirsten had a policy of rotating senior players to keep them fit until big tournaments. I think this was the question. There you go. Ashutosh says between 8 and 11, Kirsten. Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, got it. This is why I said I keep giving the example 10 months, 12 months before the 2011 World Cup. Kirsten and Dhoni had a talk. They told the selectors, give us 25 to 30 probables for the World Cup so that we can rotate and give them all chances. Because if these probables get a chance in any bilateral series or any tournament before the World Cup, we want them to be ready. And उसी plan के basis पर India जाके 2011 World Cup जीती. So it's about good planning from Dhoni. We've discussed about his future planning and how Rohit and Kohli and Shastri and Dravid are not doing it. This is exactly. But 2008 sounds so long ago. It sounds like a million years ago because Indian cricket has gone so strong, so through the roof since 2008 because that's when the IPL came. That kind of thinking that Kirsten and Dhoni had is almost obsolete. If this kind of thinking and rotation was around, Virat Kohli and Ravi Shastri would have definitely made these calls. Rohit and Dravid would have made these calls. I think we're living in a fantasy world if we expect such times to come back. नहीं होगा भाई लोग नहीं होगा. It's amazing test match for Rohit. You think Rohit consistent in South Africa? Yes, outstanding. 3 innings, एक में 100, बाकी दो में 50. But it was a very crap bowling attack. It was rather friendly batting conditions. Do I expect Rohit Sharma to go and bat this way against Nokia, Nagidi, Rabada, and who's the fourth bowler? Wian Mulder? नहीं. उनका record South Africa में अच्छा नहीं है. I don't expect him to do even half as well as he did against West Indies on flat tracks. Is there no Jasprit Bumrah in World Cup? Then there's no death bowler because Shami is not a death bowler. Siraj could be a death bowler. आपके पास एक बेहतरीन death bowler है अर्शदीप सिंह नाम है उनका. पिछले 18 महीने में वो आपके सबसे सफल T20I बॉलर रहे हैं लेकिन आपने उन्हें 2-3 वनडे मैच दिए. तो जब आप खुद उस डेथ बॉलर को वनडे फॉर्मेट के लायक नहीं समझते हो फिर तो भैया आपके डेथ बॉलिंग में समस्या जरूर है. Yo-yo test still used for selection. It is, but it doesn't have the same weightage as it used to before. You're absolutely right. There are several players who are not 100% fit. I don't have much expectation from Rohit's and Dravid's leadership. Exactly. It's been a year and a half. We've not seen much. They are quite defensive. We need someone aggressive as a coach and captain. I agree. Been saying this ever since they struggled to make the Asia Cup final. उनका हुआ भी नहीं. So yeah, bad. और दोस्तों बताइए कुछ कितने और सवाल हैं. सुपर चैट बहुत आ चुके हैं. Thank you, my friend Tibetan Nomad, for that $20 super chat. Love you, my friend from New York. Anyways, I have to go and get my other stuff going on. That 34 minutes बहुत बढ़िया. Thank you all. Please like before going. Please share. Let's grow this channel. बहुत मेहनत जाती है ऐसे channel चलाने में between all my other media commitments and my other acting work. So thank you to every single one of you who joins me regularly and who asks questions. Like, subscribe. Let's grow this channel. बाकी मैं आपसे कल मिलता हूँ. Love you all. Take care. जय हिंद.